guys. This is going to be kind of like a storytime rambles or kind of updates as well, I guess. Or not really any updates. I haven't really done anything other than attempting Kira's face up. You can see her head back there just because I felt like I'm going to be talking about her. I might as well at least include her head. I guess I could have grabbed her body, but it's kind of whatever. Anyway, I wanted to talk a few things about the story, so that's why it's called Storytime Rambles. And just kind of update with her head. This is English. Just a warning, I've had a really bad day. My brain is absolutely fried. And after I finally came home from my sister's house, because I was at her house, because I was having a bad day because of things, I wanted to at least maybe clean her hands, and things happened, so I'm just right now. But the face up and body stuff will be up hopefully Monday. We'll see about that, because I want to start kind of somewhat slowing down on my videos. Although December was a crazy month for me. Things happened that don't normally happen, so that's kind of why. But anyway, here's her face up. I've been doing the watercolor method that Amber, why is it that like that is my go-to name whenever I can't remember someone's name? And it's not just with Sarah. I've noticed I've been doing it mainly with Sarah whenever I talk on camera, but I've been doing it like whenever I talk about my sister Sandy, I accidentally say Amber sometimes, and I don't know why. For some reason, just this month it's just my go-to name whenever I'm being a derp. So anyway, using Sarah's method where she mixes a little bit of acrylic in with her watercolor, and there's that. And then I did try to blend a little bit with the purple. I did realize that anytime I try to do something else on top of it, like even with the blending, it kind of it mixed with the pink underneath and started blending out. So I wasn't too much of a fan of that, and I'm gonna have to put another layer of sealer on here, which I realized that I can't even use my Liquitex. I have to spray it because otherwise Liquitex will lift up the watercolor. So I'm just like, why is it the things I want to do so difficult? But anyway, yeah. So, that's that. Sorry for the complaining part of the beginning of this video, but the other part I wanted to talk about was something, that I wanted to, it's like not really story information, but like information about like their powers and how some of their things worked, because I talk about how like Alex had psychic abilities in the last one, but they work differently than Kira's, and how Kira's morph magic works differently than Violet's. So I just want to talk a little bit about it. I have no clue how long this video will be, so it's kind of whatever, but anyway, so for starters, I guess we can just start it with Alex. Basically, what I call basic magic is like magic they come absolutely natural to them, like without actually trying to learn or practice. This is magic that just naturally comes to them. And for Alex, that's basically water magic, which basically he allows him to do things like create ice spikes or like use water in weird ways. When I thought of this, obviously, if you guys don't know, I'm very much inspired by Avatar: The Last Airbender, so if you want to have an idea of what I'm talking about, just look up waterbending. So there's that. Boop, 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 doop, doop, doop. He also has death magic. I actually explained that in one of his other, in one of the other stories. So he has that, and it's basically he can, for the most part, he can sense and also suck out the life out of things. So like, say he's sitting in like a bed of flowers, and he uses his death magic. He'll literally suck the life out of the bed of flowers, and it'll just rot. And then what I mean by like sense death, he can actually, that's where his visions kind of come in. He can see like when people die, or when he also like it's also kind of like a sense of like, he knows that maybe a couple days from now this person will die. He probably won't know of what or what happens, or sometimes he doesn't even know it's like that sense that is death, but he'll get this feeling that something will happen, or it's kind of, yeah. So those are two of his main base magics. Everything else that he does or can do is basically learned stuff. Although spells came very easy to him, so I can kind of say spell, like the ability to make and create and cast spells, I guess, is kind of a base magic for him too, but for the most part, yeah. Other things that come naturally to him that aren't probably normal to other witches, I guess. Because he is wolf, he does have ultra fine hearing. He can hear very, very well. And he has not super strength. It's not like something epic and oh my god. But he is stronger than a normal person, so there's that. Any other learned abilities would be mostly like what I said with the other magics, but he also gets taught fighting, like like karate and like all those other kind of fighting things, and how to use different weapons and stuff like that. He is actually taught that stuff from his best friend, which I am actually planning on getting. I doubt it's gonna be anytime soon. I'm sure it's gonna be like months from now, but we'll see. And then he also tries to actually learn more about honing in his psychic abilities, even though he can't do certain things. Like he's gotten the ability, like with Kira helping him, because Violet also has psychic abilities, but yeah. But Kira's the one that more or less helps him on the psychic kind of thing. She actually helps him, like, I don't know. She just helps him. I was trying to explain something and I had no clue how to explain it, so I'm just gonna skip it. For Kira's magic, as far as bases go, she actually has electric, like electricity kind of a base. So like if you've ever seen, like basically like Storm without the weather, for the most part. Although I think maybe all the way into the present, like where she's with the wolf twins, I think by that time she would probably be powerful enough where she would, for the most part, have some control over the weather, but obviously not to the point that it's like, oh, powerful weather queen kind of stuff. So, yeah, basically it's like electricity and lightning, stuff like that. Oh, and her morph magic. yeah, she can still morph into things, and she can morph other things. Like, for the most part, her morph magic is just not as strong as Violet's. Although the weird thing is, with Kira, she's actually a very, very powerful, like, maybe the same level as powerful as Violet. So, that's pretty good, because Violet's a very powerful witch as well, so. And that's the thing with their personality. Like, with Kira's personality, a lot of people just don't, like, think of, like, they just treat her like a child, and they don't actually put a lot of thought into the fact that she can actually do a lot of things. Which is kind of how her adult personality kind of comes through sometimes. Where if someone talks down to her like a child, she'll immediately shut the person up and tell them, like, what for. Like, excuse me, you don't talk to me that way. By the way, you can do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. She's also incredibly intelligent, by the way. On top of everything else. That's why her and Ava get along so well. Oh, and as far as her psychic abilities, she can do things like telekinesis, read minds. She also has visions, although her visions are very different from Alex's visions. Like I said, Alex sees bad things for the most part. Kira, it's kind of like a toss-up. Sometimes she sees bad things, sometimes she sees good things, sometimes she sees things that she needs to change, sometimes she sees things that are for certain, like Ava, but it's all kind of intermingled like that. She also has healing power, which the death power and healing power is all intermingled within the story, so I'm not going to get too much into it. And then kind of like Alex, she does have heightened abilities like strength and hearing, just because she is a dragon. I would assume dragons would have similar abilities like that, so. And she can't get hurt as bad as well, because she is also a dragon. So, like, a dragon's scales kind of act as an armor. It kind of does the same thing with her, although it's not as strong. So, and then a learned ability, Alex's best friend also teaches Kira how to fight, although Kira does know how to fight slightly, because her grandmother taught her some stuff. Well, as much as a grandmother could teach her. The lady was old. She was like 700 when she died. So. Yeah. And then, did I do a profile? I haven't done a profile for Violet yet. Mainly that's because I just don't have her yet. But, yeah. Sorry. His hair is bothering me. As far as other parts of the personalities, I don't know. I thought I would talk more about it, and I think probably after I'm done with this video, there's going to be stuff I want to talk about, but oh well. Although, like, I did want to say, like, yeah, Kira's story was really sad. Amber commented on that. Yeah, it was really sad, but, like, I did say this in that video, that she is a very optimistic kind of child. Strangely optimistic, you could say. Like, she kind of knows things that happen before they happen. But, okay, stay. He needs a wig cap so bad. So, when I say things don't bother her, like, she just doesn't care, that's not really true. I was just trying to tell the story, and that's kind of how that came out, and I didn't mean it in that way. But, she's just kind of, like I said, she's just very optimistic. When bad things happen, yes, she feels them, yes, they affect her, yes, she goes through the motions, but she doesn't just sit there and wallow. She kind of goes, okay, well, on with my day. I do actually have a side story where, I guess I'll save that story for another day, but And it actually, now that I think about it, has nothing to do with what I was talking about, so I guess there's that. Oh gosh, I'm tired. I should probably go to sleep. And I did mention, I think in another video, about Alex's kind of personality, but I think anything you guys don't know is probably like, after he gets Kira, he becomes a lot happier and is less closed off, I guess. He's not as like bookish as I made him out to be in the very beginning. So I would say that's kind of something that changes when he finds Kira. And he's also very protective of her. Very protective of her. Like I said, Alex is kind of a lonely kind of person. He was never accepted by a lot of people, even his own pack. I'll get to that in another story, trust me. Actually in the next story when I talk about Kira and Alex, when Alex brings Kira back to the pack. But like all of that kind of culminates, and I talk about how Kira is actually really good for Alex because in a lot of ways she's like Alex. Which actually, now that I say that, I remember what else I wanted to talk about, and that was because Kira is weird. Yes, we know this. You said that before. No, Kira is weird for a mutant. Yes, even for a mutant, Kira is weird. There's nothing quite like Kira in the world. Yes, there's, I guess, humanoid dragons, like dragons that look like us but are still like completely scaly and dragon-like. There's no, I guess, being really that's like actually like literally half dragon, half human. So anytime she comes across like mutant camps, I guess you can call them, like little places where the mutants kind of hide out away from the humans, she's kind of, it's not like she's shunned or she's attacked or anything. She's just not technically included in any of the mutant societies. So, and that kind of also adds to the sadness of her story, but it's important for like her personality and stuff, and kind of also that's why her and Alex connect so well. Just because like I said, she just literally was never included. She isn't human. She isn't considered a mutant. She's just weird, strange creature that just no one pays attention to. And that's kind of how Alex kind of felt. He felt like he's just this creature that no one cares about. He's an inconvenience. He's weird, strange. Like, no one gets him because the only village he is near hates mutants. His pack doesn't like humans or humanoid creatures, or actually, to be honest, they're kind of still not into the whole liking of the tribes. So, for Alex to be in that pack is really... So, yeah. Even though he does have some level of inclusiveness, like he is included, like he had a brother that was a wolf, so he was included in some stuff. But like I said, he just wasn't fully included in stuff and never really felt like part of the pack. At least that's how they made him feel. And that's why I don't think he really cared if, you know, obviously he cared a little bit, but it wasn't enough for him to go, yeah, you can kill Kira. I don't want anything to happen to my pack. Because on some level he was just like, to be honest, I'm not part of the pack, so what I do doesn't affect them. And that's kind of why I worded the story that way. But, yeah, I just kind of wanted to rambles a little bit and just talk. Like I said, I haven't had a really good day, and I don't really feel like doing anything else other than talking, especially about something that isn't what is going on. So this was really good, and I thank you guys. Like I said, I will have another story time sometime later this week. It's Saturday, I think, when when I'll post this. So there's going to be a story time this week, or next week. There's going to be Kira's face up. There's going to be Alex's face up when, hopefully, if I get to his. If not, then it's just Kira's face up, a story time. I will be doing a review on the Scooby-Doo stuff I got for Christmas. And then there's probably something else that's going to happen, but who knows. That's pretty much as far as I've gotten so far, so yay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the rambles, and sorry for the slight negativity in the beginning of the video, but I'm just like, so yeah. I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!